Could a single moment change everything, yet return even more? At just 35, he faced the unimaginable, a stroke at a neighbor's poker table, weeks in the hospital, and neighbors who doubted he would recover. But discovering Juan Falun on his mother's table became the turning point he never expected. Through patient reading and practice, old habits faded, his eyesight returned, and he gradually became the support his family needed. This heartfelt recovery story shows how faith, persistence, and a bit of hope can light the way, even after overwhelming hardship. Bot 5s, W2s. I was playing poker at my neighbor's house on January 25, 1997, when I suddenly felt dizzy and vomited. When I made my way to the washroom, my sight was so blurry that I could not see the way clearly. The village doctor was present and said that this was a symptom of shock. I asked him for some medicine that could help me feel better, but he said that there was no such medicine. He said I should visit the hospital in town. My family thus accompanied me to the hospital in town. By then, I had already lost consciousness. The doctor there asked my family to quickly send me to the hospital in the city because he could not help me. My family then sent me to the city hospital. By the time we reached there, it was already midnight, so there were no doctors. My cousin found a person in the city hospital whom he knew to examine me, and this person said that I had suffered a cerebral hemorrhage and needed to undergo surgery immediately. He asked my family to sign the papers and told them that I may not be able to fully recover after the surgery. I could suffer complications, such as hemiplegia, a diminished level of cognitive capacity, enter a vegetative state, or I may just die during the surgery. My family asked him to proceed with the surgery because they could only depend on him, given my current state. The surgery lasted 5 to 6 hours, and I was hospitalized for 25 days. After being discharged, my vision was blurry and I could see very little. When I sat down to eat, I could not see the chopsticks or the bowl, so my family needed to pass them to me before I could eat. When I went to the washroom, my family needed to support me there too. I needed my family's accompaniment and care for all daily matters at all times. After a period of time, I finally recovered so that I was able to look after myself and not burden my family anymore. I was able to stroll along the streets by myself every day. The neighbors all treated me as a useless person because my reactions were slow after the surgery. My wife had to look after me and suffered a relapse of her diabetes, such that she could only return to her side of the family and let them look after her. I went to my mother's house one day to have a meal. I saw a book Juan Falun Volume 2 on her table and picked it up to take a look. I saw Master's first segment of the Fa. Neither the vastness of the universe nor the enormousness of the cosmic body shall ever become known to man by exploration. The minuteness of matter shall likewise never be observed or measured by man. The profundity of the human body is such that it exceeds human knowledge, which can merely scratch the surface. Life is so complex and diverse that it shall forever be an enigma to man. Linear the words and most of the next 2 apartments. I was surprised and thought, what it said really makes sense. It is too profound. I was so happy. I read the book, and as I read it, I fell asleep. After waking up, I continued to read it. After I finished reading Juan Falun Volume 2, I thought, where was Volume 1? If there was a Juan Falun Volume 2, why was there no Volume I? A few days later, I went to my mother's house to have a meal again. This time, I saw Juan Falun on her table and asked myself, isn't this Volume I? I have not let go of this precious book ever since. After reading it once, I wanted to read it a second time. No matter how I read it, it never seemed to be enough. My eyes, which used to only give me blurry images, recovered their sight without me knowing it after I read Juan Falun. I did not notice when they recovered. The doctor said that there would be sequelae from the surgery, but nothing happened to me. After studying the Fa, I no longer went gambling or drank alcohol. I was diagnosed with this illness when I was 35 years old. That is a young man's prime. I was lucky to have obtained the Fa at that time, so that I did not become a useless person, as everyone said of me. I am now the pillar of my family. This is a miracle and shows the power of Dafa. Thank you, benevolent master. Pause. Thou too's. Want to learn more about Falun Gong and the teachings that inspired this recovery? Explore Juan Falun or visit Falun Dafa org for first-hand resources. For additional perspectives, organizations like Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International, as well as survivor accounts on Minghui.org, offer insightful information about the wider story. If you found inspiration in this journey, please subscribe, like, and share to help others discover stories of resilience and hope. My TO2s.